Hello friends and welcome back to Purus Tech Java tutorials. In this session we are going to cover loops in Java. So what are different kind of loops? For loop, while loop and do while loop. So this is also called the iteration in Java. So yep. So why we will use loops? Consider, let's say for example I wanted to print the statement uh, I am going to school 5 times in the program. So how you should go ahead? Either you should write system.out.println 5 times, or since it is a iterative statement, like you wanted to do the same thing again and again, so I will keep a loop and print the statements. So let's see what is the syntax of for loop, while loop and do while loop. Let me create one example, loop example. Main method. As I said, I can write 5 times like this. So if I'll execute this program, what it will do, it will print I am going to school 5 times. So instead of writing 5 times, what I can do here, let's try to run this and we can go ahead writing loops. See here, it is printing 5 times. Now the same thing, since I'm printing the same statement 5 times, what I can do is I can put this particular statement in a loop. So loop begins for loop. Let's say we can start with for loops. Syntax is for, and then so how many times you want? You wanted to print it 5 times. So what I need to do, I need to take a variable which will count from 1 to 5. So 1 to 5 it will count, so that, and when it will reach to 5 I will finish the loop. So I will create a variable here itself within the loop, integer I equal to 1, I is less than equal to 5, and I plus plus. So you would remember that this is an increment operator. Now what is the initialization? Here we are initializing I equal to 1. So for the first time it will initialize to 1, and then it will check whether I is less than equal to 5 or not. If it is less than equal to 5, so whatever inside the for loop, it will execute if this condition satisfies. And then once this is executed, it will increment the value of I. So for the first time, let's say, let's write it here. I, for the first time, I equal to 1, and obviously I is less than equal to 5. Since once is less than equal to 5, it is going to print the statement. Now after executing this particular, or after comparing the value of I with 5, it will execute, and then it will increment the value of I. So now the second time it will become I value is 2. So I equal to 2. Again it will check 2 is less than equal to 5. Yes. So if it is, since 2 is less than equal to 5, it will again execute this statement. This is for the first time. This is second time. Again likewise what it will do, I equal to 3. 3 is less than 5. Yes. So again it will execute. Then it will become 4. 4 is less than equal to 5. Again I will become 5. And 5 is less than equal to 5. Yes. Okay. So in this last statement, if you see 5 is less than equal to 5, it will print this statement. Next, what happens? It will try to increment the value of I to 6. So I equal to 6, and it will check 6 is less than equal to 5. No. So in this statement, the return value will be false. This condition will be false. So it won't execute this statement and it will come out of the loop. So let's write here once is out. Okay. So here it won't execute the statement which is inside for loop. So let's try to print the value of I also here. Let's run this. See here what it has come output. So for the first time the value will be 1. So it is value of I is 1. It will check the condition and it will go ahead executing whatever inside the for loop. It will execute both the statements. So it has come here, value of I is 1. I'm going to school. Again for the second time 2, third time 3. Likewise it has come to fifth. Now when it comes and check for 6, anyhow it will increment the value of I. When it compares with the value of 5 with 6, it won't satisfy. So it won't execute this statement. Okay, this is all about the for loop. Let's see how a while loop works. I'm going to convert this to a while loop. While the syntax will be while and then condition. Okay, so the variable I need to define before the while loop, and inside the while loop I need to increment the value of I. So the definition or the syntax of the while loop is while and then condition. Whatever condition you are putting, the variable you need to define it before, which I have defined here, and the increment operator you can keep it inside the while loop. The same thing it will see here, it will initialize the value of I to 1 and it will check the condition. If it satisfies, it comes within the loop, and after executing these two statement, it will increment the counter I to plus 1. So I value was 1 earlier, now it will become 2. Now again it will go back and it will check the condition. Again if it satisfies, it executes the statements. Again it increments. Likewise it goes on. So till when it will go? Till the condition it satisfies. Let's try to run this. See here, the same thing we have achieved through while loop. Now in case of do while loop. Do while loop is you have to write do here, then condition you have to keep it after this do statement, while you need to keep it here. Okay, you need to put a semicolon. Okay, so what happens here, before executing these statements there is no condition involved in the do. Anyhow these two or these statements, whatever is there inside the do, these three statements will be executed irrespective of the condition. So at least one time it will execute and then it will check the condition. So here what it happens, I value is 1, increment initialization, and then it will print this value, and then it will increment. So for the first time it will print this, then it will increment to 2, then it will check the condition, 2 is less than equal to 5, yes, then again it will go here, again it will print, second time it will print, then again it will increment the value of I, and it will go on. So let's continue running this program. Now as you can see, the same output we have got through do while loop. So the main difference between the do while loop and while loop is, irrespective of the condition, whatever statement is there inside the do block, it will execute and then condition will be checked. In case of while loop, the condition is first checked and then the execution will continue. Okay, so in the next session we'll cover a little bit of debugging in Java, how you can debug. Debug is nothing but to finding errors or the issues inside your program. If you face any issues, then you can debug the program. Okay, so that thing we'll see in the next session. Thanks for watching this video and stay tuned.